All right, what is up, YouTube? How are you guys doing?
We're back.
Is it working?
We did the thing.
I don't know why we got a weird error like that, but hey.
You were forbidden. Weird.
That was super weird.
We talked about it. DJ, you got to check the band list.
Apparently it was something with, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it was.
It's because we tried to make a driver exotic attack.
What happened?
The forbidden leg.
Catherine's forbidden
Sign
leg.
into chat. Oh, you know what?
Joey's famous hand.
I'm not going to be able to.
That's crazy. Joey's famous hand is wild.
Anyways, what's up? If you guys have any, are we in?
Yeah, we are. I'm
Oh, okay.
Thing to say.
There was an update with the software, so now I got to log back
Got you.
in.
Well, if you guys have any questions or want to say hi, whatever, drop it in the chat.
How'd you do on your
We are the most interactive
other points?
podcast
What?
Like your
ever
picks, your head-to-heads?
of all time.
I've been
Not
doing
just
good.
NASCAR.
I had Cowboys
That is
today.
pretty accurate, actually.
Facts.
Me, I am trying to log in.
So far, so yeah, Cowboys 20.
As long as you don't say
All right, there
something
we go.
anti-Denny
Whatever,
Hamlin.
What's
I
up,
will
JFB?
reply.
Good to see you.
Dinger.
All right, let us know if there's any issues with the
You wrecked
YouTube this
out.
week, because I think we got it fixed, but I'm not
Not bad.
100% sure.
Hope so.
Trying to use a lot of like underdogs
It looks
early.
good there. So.
No, I was talking about your
Oh,
head-to-heads.
no, I don't want to sign in
Yeah,
there.
that's it.
I don't
Oh,
wanna
that's
sign
your...
in.
Oh,
That's, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I sucked on him.
All right, yeah, we're moving.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh, jeez.
What was his
Wow.
name
I only
again?
got one.
Oh, you only got one out of the four?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, okay, that one was bull crap.
All right.
Yeah.
I say that one's bull BS.
Let me know when y'all are ready.
I'm ready. I'm red
Ouch.
tie.
Well, yeah, you do okay.
All right. Well, in that case.
Wait,
if
are you
we're
saying
ready
something?
already.
Let's go. I'm thirsty. I want to crack this thing.
I want to make
Crack
sure
a cold
I have,
one and start the cast.
I'm thirsty.
Thirsty.
He's thirsty and... Never mind, I'm not going to say that.
I want to drink my soda.
All right. Well, then stop talking.
Double fisted cokes.
I'm so
Just
glad I
like Denny
didn't
Hamlin.
Oh.
My guy. Performance enhancing Coke.
Stop. I'm just hovering over that. I'm like waiting for a breath. Denny Hamlin steals it and gets his second win in a row at Darlington Raceway. It's throwback weekend, so we got a lot going on to talk about. We're going to be rating the best paint schemes and, of course, talking about all that went down at the track. What is up, everybody? It is Here for the Speed. I am DJ. Glad to be with you. I'm joined by...
Denny Hamlin's biggest fan, Jacob.
Wow.
how
Back
far we
to
have
back,
come.
baby.
How far we have come.
Oh,
How
yeah.
far we have fallen.
Hey,
Fallen.
I was all the way on the other side, though. Give me credit. I was the number one hater at one time,
We
too.
were,
That wasn't that long ago. That was like 2 years ago.
That
I used to tell
that was
Denny
like half
Hamlin
a
he was
season
number
ago.
one all the time whenever we went to the race.
You know how many Daytona 500s I had to hear
They-
you
Hey,
bitching?
tailed it?
Had to hear you bitching about it.
I know. I was never a fan when he won.
No.
All right.
Hated it.
Anyway, really weird thing.
Anyways, let the Glaze Fest begin. I'm Jeff.
What's up, Matthew here? Pleasure.
No Brad Keselowski fan. today?
No.
I mean, you should
It's like
be.
if he runs mid-pack, Matt is very proud.
Bad.
He causes a caution. Matt's like, "Who's Brad?"
I wouldn't say that.
Nah,
I mean, I'm
nah,
repping
nah.
all Brad gear. Like,
I had Brad in the fantasy league today.
yeah,
Bummer.
switch that out.
You know what's funny
Yep,
is
Jake's like, I actually have bread merch on the way right now as you think about it.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Negative.
think I'm gonna stop picking and just let the system do it for me because I forgot to pick this week and I ended up getting sixth.
You can only do it a max of 10 times
That is true.
until you run out of drivers.
Less than 10 now
Yeah.
because obviously we're farther in. So if you're
really?
in the chat, let
Just
us know
because
what you
I'm
guys think of the race, whether it was black flag, yellow flag, green flag, or checkered. Checkered being the best, black being the worst. Let us know where it falls in that for you. What do you guys think?
Well, I think I was doing great in the fantasy league till Brad lost that tire.
That was. Yeah.
Oh, we're doing the rating. Sorry. No.
I mean, kind of.
I mean, I did bad on the fantasy league too.
Man, I don't know. Kind of tough. I mean, it was good. It was okay, but
It was a good race.
it wasn't bad. But
No, it wasn't. It wasn't atrocious. You could see the tire fall off. Like, it was just that's Darlington.
nobody could pass. Was the
That's
problem?
Kind of Darlington though. Like,
Yeah,
am I
Mark
wrong?
with the checker. Let's go.
checker. See, I mean, I'd give it a green flag. If I'm gonna throw it out there, I'd give it a green flag. It was good. I wanted
Yeah.
more out of it, but I'm also like, yeah, I don't know, like the newer race fans. So it's like I kind of want a little bit more chaos, a little bit more like running them down. And I mean, we did realistically see a good rundown for
Yes.
Blaney to who is it? Bell? Reddick?
Reddick. Yep.
Yeah, Blaney to Reddick, and then the caution came out and just ruined the whole game. Like it was Blaney's race.
Yeah.
All day, the long run, it was Blaney's race. But I mean, I say it was good. I'd say it was a green flag, you know?
Does the ending save it at all?
No, honestly, I think
As far
the
as
ending hurt
making
it.
it better? No.
I think the ending hurt
See,
it.
I would
Heard it.
disagree because
The overtime caution, I hate to say it, but more or less a fluke win. Hamlin was
well, to that extent, but the ending of this race, last 20 laps, to me is what saved it to a green flag because it was going to be yellow for me up until that point.
really.
Yeah, because I was just like, nothing's a lot of I mean, you got Byron that's just dominating the whole race. Nothing's really happening, and then one last pit stop changes over, and then it was looking like it was going to be Reddick's game to run away with, and then Blaney comes in. It's like, okay, this might be interesting. We got ourselves a little bit of a race. To me, that kind of saved it, pushed it from a yellow to a green for me. Because
I would say
the
the opposite,
passing,
man.
not being able to pass was a huge issue here. Even with the massive fallout, unless you were pitting for your cycle or whatever, you still weren't passing.
There was only a handful of cars that could really pass. I agree.
Yeah.
That was a problem.
I think it comes down to like the tire, like where the tire delta really grew was like after 45 laps. But that's right when the pit window was.
Right.
So like whether we found out, like, because we saw like Reddick was fast, Blaney was faster, but Reddick was still pretty fast. And then a couple laps before Blaney got there, I mean, Reddick's car just fell off the time.
burn it up.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, burn it up.
But it took 40 something laps.
But that's what we're looking for in these races.
To me, it's too much.
You think 40 is too
I don't
much?
know. Like,
40 is not too much. Not on this kind of track. Like 40 at
But-
maybe Pocono is too much.
but when your stages are like 100 laps, you're just splitting it right in half, and it's there's
yeah, I get that. I do get that. I think like I see what you're saying because the stages kind of screw up that strategy.
Yeah.
They really do. You know,
the cautions kind of do too.
the cautions totally screw up the strategy.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
feel like if there's no cautions, the strategy might be pretty interesting. Now you might have to wait 30, 40 laps, but it's gonna get there.
Yeah.
Especially because we saw Byron dominate the whole race and then give it away at the end. He went a little bit longer than Blaney, Reddick for sure, Bell for sure. They pitted
I think
before
Blaney
Byron.
passed him. True.
I think he did.
Maybe Hamlin too.
I think
Hamlin was up there?
I think you called it during the race that Byron had burned his stuff up in traffic trying to get around Bell, and it was
Oh,
over.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
done.
Once he was fighting
Um,
on the low end, you could tell like he ain't coming back.
Yeah.
He did 5 laps of that, and I was like, yeah, that's done.
Dude, he was
That's
backwards.
cool.
I'm gonna go yellow.
Here you go, yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't a fan. I just like I see what you guys are saying about like how the ending may have made it into a green, but for me, I'm kind of on the like high yellow end of it where I'm kind of like, I don't think the ending was enough to make it green for me. It was good. It was a good race. Like it was okay, but like it was just like kind of like what Jake was saying. Bottom line, you couldn't pass. I mean, unless you were bleeding on the long run with the strategy. Towards the end or whatever. I will say that last pit stop was really cool. I don't think it's a fluke. I think pit stop's part of the race just as much as the racing. So it's like you have a great pit stop, then that saves you time. So
I mean, he made up what, 2 spots on pit road?
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
I mean that's pretty impressive. I forget what they said. It was like 9.2 or 9.4
Yeah.
or something like that. That's pretty.
Not
It's
even
pretty-
an 8-second, which
pretty
they could
good.
get to 8s. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's still good though.
so,
It's interesting. I feel like with the way I'm gonna probably go. I want to go like in between yellow and green because I'm not really sure. I guess I'll
gotta
go
commit.
green. I'll go green.
Well, your guy won. It should be checkers all day.
Yeah. But I'm trying to be not biased.
Good luck.
You're a-
Okay,
you're
that's
a
a
Hamlin-
first, everyone.
You're a Hamlin fan now. That's not how that works.
Anyways,
I'm trying to
thought
see this
the
from an
other-
owner's perspective.
I thought the other thing that they were saying on pit road with Blaney was super interesting. How like they gave up like 17 spots up to that
all
point,
day,
Jeez.
all day, and
Yep.
then like they gave up another 2 or 3 on that last pit stop.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's like, dang, bro, like
Yeah.
that's rough.
I think
So
the thing is, I think pit road is going to become more and more important. That's why you see more choreography, you see more things going in. The thing is, like the parity is getting so close, it's getting so hard to pass that this is where the race is won on pit road. Whether
Yeah.
that's you pit a couple laps early in a green flag cycle or you get a couple spots under yellow, pit road is going to become everything. Which I'm not. I don't like that.
Really?
I
They've
like
been
it. I
saying
like
that
it being
for-
a part. But
Oh, I
not
see.
the
You don't
whole
want it
thing.
to be the deciding factor.
Yeah, because
I get
nobody could
that.
pass Byron, and Byron may have been like the best guy.
Yeah.
Which he was for most of the race. Nobody even Bro, nobody could even get close to him. It's not even like they got stuck in his dirty air. Like
No, what was it? The
he
beginning of
pulled
the
out
race, he was
3 seconds and he was gone.
Yeah, and like stage 1, I was like, oh, he's gone.
Gone. Yeah. So that I don't want to put that on Byron. And there was a lot of passing throughout the field. You
Oh,
get
yeah.
back in the field, it just seemed like the top 3 or 4, it was really tough. You know.
I agree.
But we saw a lot of handling stuff. Kyle, I mean, you guys want to go through the thing? I got a lot of notes here.
Yeah, we can jump on in.
Yeah.
All right, I got it.
DJ, what'd you have it at?
I did yellow or check or I don't know.
Green,
Green.
I think you're green. Yeah.
I,
So, real
I was
quick.
yellow, and then the ending just kind of spiced it up and made it more interesting, so I went green.
Yeah, I
Favor-
feel like it hurt the ending.
Yeah,
I'm
did you like or not like the last caution, the overtime caution?
I would have preferred it to
Well,
go green
Yeah,
for unbiased.
Prefer green.
Obviously, as
I
a
w-
Denny
I
Hamlin
ag-
fan, I'm
I do
I would
agree.
prefer a green.
I would have preferred it to be.
I
green.
thought
Yeah.
I thought the race built up really well with Blaney charging down Tyler Reddick.
To
He had
be
a
clear,
good, clean pass there, and it just fell apart.
It was fun strategy at the end.
Yeah.
You know, it was
To
like
be clear,
2 laps,
when
man.
I-
That's all you needed.
when I say the ending, that's what I was referring to is Blaney being able to run him down. I'm like, oh, okay, we got a race here at the end now.
Yeah.
Like that's more like I don't mean like the caution and all that stuff.
That
Like,
last caution
still
was-
made it interesting, but
that last caution was all Jake's fault, man. He called me.
I literally
He
texted
texted me.
Jeff.
He's like, "Hey, we're gonna start at this time, provided there's no crashes or cautions." And as soon as I open the text message, immediately Kyle Larson crashes again.
Oh,
So I'm like, brother.
dude, we'll talk about it. But the fact that it was in the exact same spot as earlier in the race cracks me up.
that man's a menace.
All right, well, let's start with this. The first thing we have, is qualifying. William Byron gets a pole. Practice was pretty interesting. We saw a lot of variable in practice. Either some guys ran 5 laps, packed it up, done, or at least no more than 5 laps, and then some guys ran 35 laps. So that was interesting. Practice is proving to be pretty entertaining this year in Cup. Xfinity.
You think that may have
but
something to
Cup-
do with Prime being involved now?
No, I'm
I
just
feel like
talking about
practice is longer.
the way teams are. It is longer than last year. It's
Yeah.
25 minutes, right?
I think it's
20
25
minutes?
per or 20
Yeah.
I thought
per.
it was more.
So I think it's interesting the way the teams are approaching it. It seems to be more different. It seemed like last year everybody went out and ran the full 15 minutes, one run, see what you got, come back, make the best adjustment you can. But we've seen a lot of some guys running 10 laps, some guys running 30, 35, even mid-pack guys that maybe the car's not the best, but they're still going to run all 35 laps and see what they got.
Right.
You know, so it's like really across the board, looking at those spreadsheets of all the practice times and
Or
lap averages,
It's vice versa. They go out, they know where they're at. 15 laps, they're packing it up.
packing it up, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going to risk it. All right. Or it's just that bad. But I think it's the people you see do that where they're packing it up early, they're locked.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to qualify probably top 3, maybe top 5. They're locked in, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's,
gonna look
that's
at-
an interesting thing that Kuzman's got going on right now.
What you said.
Said get rid of the stage cautions, but like keep the stage for points, but like don't stop the race in between
Yeah.
stage.
I wouldn't
in between stages.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind trying it. And maybe a track or something.
The problem is, I think you end up with a situation where you end up with only like 10 cars on the lead lap.
yeah,
at
I
a
mean,
place
he
like
easily
here?
could. You know, if Byron did the whole thing
Yeah.
and he just ran.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it could have been one of those same situations.
I
like you
mean-
said 5 people not lapped, and it's
I-
like, do people really want that, or do they want to see more lucky dogs, more restarts, more? I'm just spitballing
Yeah.
there, but I wouldn't want to change the whole game just because
I
this
think
one was.
I
Like,
think from
oh.
a NASCAR
agree.
highlight standpoint, they want the cautions for the highlights. Gives them more chances for highlights to show.
I don't disagree with you. But that's a
It's-
pretty terrible excuse.
I
Oh,
agree.
it's entertaining.
I agree with you. It's just like,
Again, we're an entertainment industry. We're not a sports event.
yeah,
Which
it's a tough
sucks.
line to walk. Anyway, stage 1, right out the get-go, Kyle Larson spins out.
Three laps
3.
in. I was telling you too.
Yeah.
I told you before the race. I was like, "Oh, you didn't pick Larson for our fantasy league. If you're not on it, join it." It was like, "Oh, you didn't pick Larson." He's like, "Nah, he had good lap times." I was like, "Good, man. He always spins out here for whatever reason."
Did it twice
I think
today.
he gets too confident at this track. I think he tries to run it like Homestead, and it doesn't work. You know, for whatever reason, I think the progressive banking at Homestead it works, and this one it doesn't. But he tries to run it similar. He always spins out, and sure enough, he did it last year with the Kellogg's car, and now he did it this year with the
Kellogg's car.
Kellogg's, yeah, the Tony the Tiger car. So I was like, I told you.
Yeah, they were
Like,
making
get
this
that
big
man outta
deal.
here.
They were making this big deal. It's like, oh yeah, like this scheme is the best in class this year.
It always
crashes.
is.
Woo!
Insta crashes.
See you later. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do give him credit, man. He came back out and he ran. You know.
Yeah.
100,
Well, that's what they were-
160 behind.
Well, that's what I think it was Kevin Harvick
You know
who was
what?
talking about
If
it.
he
He's
had
like, why
just-
would you do something like that? And it's like, well, because last year they missed it by like 1 point.
It's
So
close,
it's like-
right? So I
it's
mean,
like-
that's 1 point they got
That's
back.
1 point. You know
Well,
what I mean?
actually, I don't know if they got it back or not.
Who knows?
Yeah, I have no idea, but like, I mean, yes,
So wait,
that's
is the
the reason why
domino
you would do
effect
it.
if he stayed out and packed it up for the day, would Blaney have won that race?
Yes. Yep.
He was the reason for the caution.
Crazy.
Isn't
Butterfly effect.
isn't he Denny Hamlin's like best friend? Kyle Larson?
Well, we all know Bubba wrecked Kyle Larson on purpose.
That was no, don't start that. That did not really happen.
I mean, that's what people are gonna say.
It was
You know, people will
We'll,
say.
we'll, we'll get to it. It's in the
Alright.
Yeah,
list.
darn
All right.
shame. But
Lap
yeah.
25, Hocevar spins after hitting the wall. Also after having like seemed to be a really ill handling race car.
no.
Yeah.
Was that when he was trying to door the 24?
No, that's later.
No,
Oh, is
that's
that
later.
Okay, never mind.
That was
Forgot about
after
the first one.
This is the first incident.
All right. Yeah,
So-
I mean,
Yep, that happened. And then Hocevar aggressively racing William Byron to not go a lap down and or get his lap back. It was hard to tell from when the TV jumped on it. He spins out after hitting Riley Herbst.
I feel bad.
Riley Herbst, the poor guy.
Yeah.
He should have saw Hocevar just backed up. Just said, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
get out of
You
there.
put
Get
that
out
a
of
little
that
bit on
bee's nest.
Byron?
Huh?
You put that on Byron? 100%.
A little bit.
No,
Ah.
100% a little bit.
Yeah. Well, here, let me explain.
100%.
100% of a little bit.
0% all of it.
Yeah.
Let me just devil's advocate over here.
Because my thing is, I think he was pissed off that he ran him, was running him the way he was. So I think he put him in a position where he had to lift or get wrecked.
Oh yeah.
So I
I mean, it's Hocevar.
agree. But
That's
so
what he did.
He's lucky he didn't ride and hook him.
It was Hocevar's fault because Hocevar 100% had the option, but Byron put him in that position. That's kind of what I mean by like.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Byron put him in there. It's
kind of agree with it a little bit.
I 100% agree a little bit.
100% a little bit.
Did you see my name for Riley Herbst?
Lindsay, that's a shirt idea.
No.
100% a little bit.
100% a little bit.
That's
100%
a new
a little
shirt.
bit. Do you like racing? 100%
A
a
little
bit.
bit.
Next is Byron wins stage 1 after leading every lap. You saw the note?
Yeah, they
I was
said-
hoping you were going to read it or
Yeah,
something.
they were saying it was like first time in NASCAR history or since stage racing started that someone has led every single lap of a
Nah,
stage.
no
That
way.
They did. That's what they said.
No
That's what
way.
Mike
No
Joy
way.
said. On
I
the,
mean,
I'm
that's
telling
He's
you.
popping off.
His
He's
fault.
lying. He's lying on the
Yeah.
podcast, everyone. This guy.
No, I'm being for real. That's what he said. I watched it.
Well, you
There's
should have heard it.
There's no way, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what they
maybe.
said.
I mean, maybe.
I feel like when we went to Bristol, Kyle Larson led the whole race.
I feel like when we went to the 600 Truex,
Truex.
like,
Led the
whole
whole
day
race.
I mean, pretty close.
There was no stages. He just led the whole race.
All
All right.
If there's a reason to have
Anyway.
stages, it's that race.
It's that race.
that is the nail in the coffin for NASCAR.
All right, start at stage 2. I'll let you read the first note.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I can't read. That's funny.
This is awkward, everybody. That laugh.
Brad bust the nut after pit stop.
Now bust the move.
He did lose a nut on the road. I don't know. He did. I
Lost
mean,
what was nuts.
did the tire come off?
No,
So
Yeah.
how do you lose a nut and the tire didn't come off?
because I think the way he was sliding, it was
A lug
pushing
nut,
it in.
Jeff. Chill.
Children.
You're probably thinking of that
Oh.
cut off fire suit.
Stop.
So the tire stayed on.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, he continued the race, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He was really slow. He must have dragged or
Probably
messed something
broke a
up.
whole bunch of stuff back there.
Yeah.
Could've,
Bummer,
yeah.
because he was fast. That sucked, man. Killed a
He had
good
the long
day.
run for sure.
Yeah. He was
All of RFK
right before
looked
he
good.
pit. I think he was running
Till the
5th
end.
or 6th, wasn't he?
Yes.
Something like that.
At one point, RFK was 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
which
That was a good Brad day.
wild.
Then it
Brad
was.
was in last, but of those, but
Well, no.
Brad was
prophecy.
behind. Brad was
Six had to
behind
be
them
the sixth spot.
all- Brad was literally behind them all day. I think it's funny that I was like, "Is this the
Brad's
only
like
car
always
owner?"
behind them.
He's the only car owner that runs
Go
worse than
get
the
'em,
rest of his
boys.
teams.
I think it just helps out.
wait for me.
Golly, these kids are fast.
Old man Jenkins over here.
Old man Kozlowski at the track again.
Oh, pretty much.
Leave hanging a nut
Truly
out.
invisible mobile.
Is that my nut? My nut? My lug nut?
Was I the only one that thought it was weird that there was a lug nut bouncing around on the track and NASCAR's like, it's fine. It just doesn't throw a caution for like 2 or 3
was
laps.
weird this race. They were like,
They were
oh,
a little
yeah.
weird.
This guy hits the wall. No caution. Just let him drive it back. Brad's
losing a wheel. It's fine.
Yeah.
They waited until he started shredding tire carcass. Everywhere like, all right.
That
Probably
was
had Richard
during
Petty
that
on there
was during
calling it.
pit cycles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's always during pit cycles.
but they
They're
gotta-
always kind of
Yeah,
like
but they got to quit doing that.
Oh, I
It's a
agree.
yellow. It's a yellow.
agreed.
Not
Any
to
other
NASCAR.
any other time during the race, that's a yellow.
Dude,
Not for
if there
NASCAR.
was 2 laps to go, 100% that's a caution
100%.
before he gets all the way around. They see the lug nut come off, they're like, caution. It's caution immediately.
I don't even think the yellow for the second yellow for Kyle Larson.
Yep.
I don't even think it was for Kyle Larson. I think it was for when Reddick touched the fence.
I feel
It might
like
be.
No, put it out.
I feel like the officials when they're like, "Oh, it's like 25 to go," and their hand just
Hands
hovers over
just-
the button,
Yeah,
just waits for any small thing.
Any smoke. Any smoke.
Thank God Tony's not on the track. Where is he?
Where is he?
Where is he?
I see
Oh,
him.
son of a gun.
So Byron continues to lead all of the second stage. So he led literally every lap of the first and the second stage. He wins second stage.
It was about to be a butt whooping on the
Yeah.
field.
And then he started leading about half of the third stage. But before that, Reddick comes up and wrecks Barry at the start of stage 3.
Yeah, that was rude.
That's how I wrote
First
it.
off, that was rude.
I didn't.
They
I didn't
very
get
Matt
you.
and
a
I take it
little-
extra personal because we actually had Barry today.
I did
so-
too.
Oh, you did too?
Yeah. Painful.
Ah, big sad.
Big said.
Yeah, Who's my GP?
I mean, I don't know. I think it was more or less just one of those racing incidents. I'm sure the 45 was getting
Just
clear,
one of them
clear,
racing
clear.
deals.
I think so, man. Honestly, just one of them racing deals up there at the Darlington track.
Darlington.
As they say,
Darling.
Darlington. Too tough to tame.
Darlington.
Anywho.
Darling.
Yeah, at Darlington.
No, I just think it was one of those deals where I think the 45 came off the corner, probably heard clear, 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 and wasn't clear.
Yeah.
I'm just going to, I mean, you could go probably to the in-car, but
The max cameras.
Barry owned a little bit of it, he said. So
he could have, he could have gave up the spot a little bit more, like kind of racing deal.
yeah.
Was it like a slide job? I didn't see that one. Was it slide?
I mean, not really. I mean, it was right
The
on
45 had the
it was- it
position,
wasn't
but
the
just
first-
the nose.
Not enough. Not quite enough.
It was a second lap of the
Probably 3
restart.
inches on the nose.
Too wide in turns 1 and 2. And you know the bump coming out of 2?
Yeah,
Right there.
that bump is
Top.
treacherous.
Yeah.
It's
But
so
I
much
like
fun
it. It's
on
part of the
iRacing.
track.
Oh yeah.
It's wild on
Part of the
iRacing.
track. Keep it. You
No,
gotta
it's a
have stuff like
character in the
that.
track. Yeah, absolutely. Use the proprietary paving technology if we have to repave this thing and keep that thing there.
No, put turtles under it and then pave over
Yes.
it. Give them a real show. You like hitting turtles on road courses. Let's see you do it here.
Wait till you do it on an oval at 160.
Idiots.
Idiots.
You thought the turtles were bad before. Um,
Mount Rushmore turn 2.
Reddit short pits and takes the lead. We talked about this a little bit. This is how Reddick was setting up for almost winning the race. And then Blaney comes up, takes the lead. As soon as Blaney takes the lead, I don't know if it looked like to me there's a little bit of contact between Blaney and Reddick in the middle of 1 and 2. Again, 2 is like the problem corner.
Yeah.
I think Blaney used him up
Yeah.
for sure. You know,
There
we
was-
say it
there
all
was
the time.
def- there
8
was
tires are better
definitely-
than 4.
There was definitely contact.
Oh yeah, might as well. You know, give him
Yeah.
a little tap and as long as you're still going out of the corner, like
He knows that he's
Slow
only
him
got so
down.
much time to get the pass done, and passing is so difficult anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
I mean,
didn't ruin either one of their days.
It wouldn't have ruined either. of them.
Again,
No.
same thing.
Yeah.
Racing incident. It's just that's gonna happen.
Yeah. You got to
So-
get it done.
Now we have to debate it.
The real f up was Kyle Larson slamming on the brakes.
I think he tripped on his dick.
Again,
That
hung
third
money.
pedal down there.
Hung
Probably
money.
tripped on Brad's nut.
Here we go
Oh
again.
my gosh. No, that was so weird.
Dude, I'm telling you, he checked up hard. Like
Yeah.
I
So-
don't even know. Probably dropped 15 miles per hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, it wasn't.
He was
even-
probably like going through the corner like, oh
But-
man, I really don't want to wreck here again. And, oh no, I'm wrecking here again.
He's having flashbacks. to
Deja
turn-
vu.
Do you think maybe, you know, devil's advocate here, his car was wrecked. Like, do you think the brakes were just that much
Better.
better, worse, whatever you want to
Mo
call it? Maybe
better.
that much.
I mean,
Maybe he squeezed it what he thought was going to be right. He's like, oh no. And he like jolted forward.
I mean, at that part, what makes that bump so hard is at that part of the track, you are wide open throttle coming out. So he would only have to get off the brake or get off the pedal, and Bubba would be there immediately, regardless. So I don't even think.
Why was he racing Bubba so hard? Like, it's not for position. They're both laps down. I think Bubba was 1 lap down. He's like 300.
Wasn't Larson passing Bubba?
Yes.
With 3 to go?
No, he passed him. He did pass him.
Yeah.
And it slams on the brakes.
He was-
I get why
like
Bubba's
100
mad. Like, that was ridiculous.
165 laps down.
Yeah. So
What did Bubba say?
he was like, I think he was like, brother, that was not that big of a checkup. like we went
punted him off into the
again.
inside wall.
Shout out to Max for having the cameras because literally we went back, pulled it up, watched it.
Oh, we were
So
100%.
we were like,
This
did he
is
do that on
Bubba.
purpose? Like,
Yeah, and then we went back, watched the Max camera, and it's very obvious Bubba did nothing wrong.
No, he
there
was just running the race.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, it's literally like 1 second. You're like, oh, he's driving. 5 brake. I'm like,
It looks legitimately
Whoa.
like the 5 goes up, does a slide job, and then slams on the brakes.
yes.
Is what it looks like. Which I mean, that's not what he did, but still.
that was funny.
Kyle
man.
Larson just wanted a repeat of Vegas, man.
I guess.
Come
JFB said, "Did you see Chase Elliott said throwback weekend has gotten
We're gonna
old."
go into
Yeah.
that throwback
Yeah.
debate here in a little bit, but we will get to it.
We'll get there. We'll promise. It's coming.
But yeah, so in
JFB got
Hamlin,
the script.
they
Who you got on this Google Doc page?
I was gonna say, your brother got the Google Doc.
yo. No, so yeah, Hamlin comes out of the pits after that caution, gets the lead, wins the race.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
They quit showing us. It sounded like he was having an epic burnout. They quit showing it halfway.
that was a
kinda
little.
lame.
That was weird.
I
Just to
missed.
show him
I
on the
missed
restart,
the.
just pull away.
I missed
I
the
don't
whole
know.
post race because I left right.
There was no post race.
Yeah, well, I kind of
They
figured 'cause
interviewed
I left right
Hamlin.
after he
I didn't
crossed the
see
line.
it.
So
Hamlin, Blaney.
I left my
I don't know
house.
about it. I
They
don't know.
interviewed maybe top 3, top 2 for sure, maybe top 3. Trash.
I mean,
Anyways,
lame.
that's why you're here because we'll
lame.
talk
welcome
more
to
about
Fox.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good old Fox.
it.
Old reliable
that's
Fox.
It. You want to break down Xfinity?
Hold on, we got to break down F1. Race was boring. Max leads flag to flag.
That
All right,
was a
moving
snoozer.
on.
That
Yeah.
race was garbage.
Yeah, it was a snoozer.
Golly.
Okay, no, I
Not
just
worth
wanted to make
waking up at 1 o'clock to watch. I'll
That's
tell
the
you that.
problem.
I'm
I
tired.
watch it on like 2 times speed in the morning when I wake up.
Must be
2
flying.
times speed.
It was
Pit stops
egregious
are
him
real
running
fast.
him into,
Hey, man, they're
into
hitting
the
like
grass
40
off
miles
pit
an
road,
hour.
bro.
Right.
That was egregious. I'm
I mean,
like, if
Max,
you weren't Max Verstappen,
Max does that kind of crap.
You'd
all
be
the
in
time.
trouble.
All the time.
All the
I actually
time.
watched a video about it today.
Really,
All the times he runs people off the track. I was like, oh.
dude, or like passing people in the pits, like
Yeah.
going around them and stuff, coming out of there or whatever.
I do have to say one of the funniest things is being on F1 like social media pages because they try to make the most cringiest humor or memes out of the sport. It's just not funny, but they try so hard, and I'm like, these guys just don't have a lot of character.
They just don't have a NASCAR chasm.
They
Dude,
They
that's
need
what
a
F1 needs. They need an F1ism, F1 gasm.
Formula chasm.
Yeah, easy over
Easy.
there. Anyway,
man.
No gizmos, chasms.
Well,
Whatever,
no, but
same
the
thing.
sport like restricts him so much
Same
from
difference.
having any kind of personality.
Big difference.
Big difference. You got the C and you got the G. You got to go with the C, the chasm.
Whatever.
Look, man.
I'm telling you, would F1 not be more interesting?
I mean, with a gasm, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Max Vergasm.
Lewis Gazelton.
That's
See,
crazy.
this is the
bro.
best part about F1 is just totally just taking a dump on it.
Dude,
Anywho.
you know what? Us NASCAR people need to take over. We're making memes about Max Vergasm.
That's crazy.
Anywho,
Sorry, Max.
Xfinity.
the league doesn't want him to have any personality or
No.
any fun or anything. So I'm
No.
like, how do you make sport out of this?
Think
you
about
know?
what's one of the best things about NASCAR?
They're
Radioactive.
dumb. It's
No,
fun.
radioactive.
Kurt Busch on Radioactive.
Yeah, like
Doesn't want to go yet.
can you imagine like and they won't even let them swear on the radio now.
So when they announced that, I literally watched the video and it was like they were talking about like F1. All the drivers was like playing like some like I don't know like music you'd probably sip tea to or something. It's like no more cursing on the radio. And it switches to
This is
NASCAR. It's like
unfair.
the Southern Rock. Kurt Busch is just screaming F bombs. Like,
Kyle Busch flicking up the
Yeah.
official. That's my constitutional right. He can't mess with my
they're
constitution.
going against the Constitution.
Kyle,
crazy,
stop.
bro.
It's
We worked
crazy.
too hard for this.
And then like Kyle Busch literally
Kyle,
like hitting the pace
stop.
car. It's just like
Bro.
you can't do that in F1.
No.
No.
Like They
It's
literally
just
will
radically
kick you out of the
different.
sport. Like it just makes it fun.
So anyway, race was boring.
Yep.
Not recommended to stay up and watch that, and their memes suck. So moving forward,
Moving on. Xfinity.
Which was worse, the memes or the race?
equal,
Equal.
same director,
Black flag for
Equally
both.
bad.
Same director.
same race director.
sad.
Xfinity. Go ahead, Matt. Lead us on the Xfinity.
Man, Xfinity was fairly tame this week, to say the absolute least.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought it was okay.
it was a good
A
race.
lot of slipping and sliding. I really
Yeah.
like
A
that a
lot
lot.
of that.
Not
You
a
don't see
huge-
that in the Cup cars.
Mm.
I mean, there was really just a handful to.
Hey, I like the way he did that. That caution alert is nice.
Yeah, that like threw me through a loop. You could just kill
Hey,
my whole
everybody,
train of thought.
everybody, look at that and do that when you do the flag vote.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey,
But
you
it-
know
but
what
it's
we
got
need?
a British
We
flag
need
on it.
flags.
Fun with flag.
No.
That we so cheesy.
Oh, red flag.
I have a green flag.
Red flag.
Green flag, red flag, black flag, yellow flag.
Anywho, with Xfinity, I mean, the ones to watch were the Toyotas. They qualified really good. You had
Yeah.
Seabell Racing, you had Jones, and you had Taylor Gray.
Chastain
It's
was
Taylor
there.
Gray, right? Not Tanner Gray. Whatever happened to Tanner Gray, his brother? That man disappear?
Is that his brother?
Yeah, it was the Gray Boys.
The
There
Gray
was-
Boys.
Yeah, basically. I mean, the Kurt brothers. Like, yeah, I don't know what happened to his brother, but Taylor Gray's doing great. If that's who's up there,
Tanner.
Tanner Gray's doing great.
I don't know. They're gray.
The Gray.
The gray and
family.
the 54.
Anywho, it's pretty much them to watch. Chastain was racing the 9.
He was running pretty good.
Elliott was in the 15.
Oh, that's
17.
right. Forgot Elliott
17,
was there.
sorry. It was really just them most of the
Bell
race.
was pretty good.
Bell was good, but he faded quick. Chastain was one of the only drivers that could actually advance through the field. Elliott was stagnant, if not he lost positions. I think there was just a really good mix-up with a strategy or a play,
Yeah.
and it got a handful of the guys behind, and it got a handful of the guys ahead.
All guy was super good on long runs.
Yeah, I mean, he was,
Like nobody was even close to him on like the 40 lap run. Nobody could even touch him.
yeah.
But he started in the back where he had
I think he was
he
top
was
10.
kind of like mid pack. He had to get to the front eventually, but
Yeah.
yeah, his long run was next level.
Yeah, he did a throwback to his last year's car. It's always a throwback for them.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, I mean the race was fairly tame. Between me and Jake, we had our own little fantasy league. I had Elliott and he had Bell.
Bell.
So I mean, I'll take it. That was Elliott's one and only Xfinity start for
Yeah,
the
you got
year,
it.
so that ain't
Lock
gonna
it
happen
up.
again. Other than that, the only real thing that I noticed was Ross Chastain had some choice words to say after the race.
Yeah, you got to break this down because I missed this.
So basically, after the race, first off, Junior came over to congratulate Ross. He said, "Hey man, you ran a great race."
Where'd he end up finishing? I don't remember.
It was
Top five.
Top five at
Top five.
least.
Up
It
a
wasn't
lot.
second. Elliott was second, but he was up there. Maybe seventh, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Top 10 for sure. But Junior came over to congratulate him, and he was eager to ask him, like, "Hey, when's your next race
Fourth.
with us?" Fourth. He was like, "Hey, when's your next race with us? That was great. You know, what a run. Can't believe you're in the car. Thank you so much." And Ross came out and said, "Man, it's just really nice to have Hendrick equipment and show what I can do with Hendrick Motors." Because
Nice.
Trackhouse has a partnership with, correct me if I'm wrong, ECR
ECR.
Motors, which is Richard Childress Motors.
Some Richard Childress partnered with somebody else. I can't remember exactly who.
So it's kind of like man, it's really nice to actually have equipment that I can run in and gain positions, because he was the car to beat. He started 20th.
Oh, he was insane.
Right? Like he wasn't even on my bingo card for picking for this race, and he started 20th, and he was one of the only cars to move through the field like he could. And he
Yeah, he
stayed up
looked-
front and it stayed relevant.
He looked insane.
Like I said, Elliott fell back, Bell fell back after certain speeds. He did not. He made everything he could out of that race. I was like, "Hey man, that's good to see." But he was throwing mad shade.
I
with,
think they should get rid of Bowman for Chastain.
Ooh.
That would be
Goated.
I don't
That would be.
I don't know how to feel about that.
no. I mean, maybe Byron.
As much as I'm a
Byron.
I don't know,
Okay.
man. Let's get rid of Byron.
I mean, Chase Elliott hasn't done.
all
anything
I'm
in a while.
saying is Chastain ran 2 races here and he didn't spin out twice. So I'd say get rid
Hey,
of
you got
Larson.
2 top 10s
Oh
this
my
weekend
God,
too.
get rid of Larson.
Oh gosh.
Get rid of Larson. yeah, get rid of the guy. Get rid of this guy.
Listen, he's the best driver in the world apparently, but he spins out twice in the same spot on the same track on the same day.
I mean,
I
we
couldn't.
all know how to get hired at Hendrick.
he has a what? Never mind.
No.
Anywho, Ross Chastain
Bro,
had
that
a
was almost so bad. That was almost so
fantastic
bad.
weekend. 2 top 10s. I mean, like for fighting equipment all day, fighting the track, the temperature, the weather changes. Good job, man. You know, good shout
Yeah.
out.
That's my
That's
guy.
it. That's all I got for Xfinity. If I missed anything,
No,
sorry.
that actually is kind of an interesting thought, though.
it
If,
was just like
make a connection for Trackhouse and get Hendrick engines. Problem is then
No, just go to Hendrick.
you're saying just go straight to Hendrick.
Yeah.
obviously.
Hendrick,
Oh,
I
that's what we're all
got this.
saying
I got
here.
this Bush money. And some tractors.
Yeah, what kind of
Some
money?
tractors.
Get that Bush money.
I got a tractor we can push all this cash with.
And a company that pays me to sit in the car with my underwear. Jockey. Remember that paint scheme?
Stop.
That paint scheme still cracks me up.
I mean,
the reveal he
Chastain
had.
bring the money, bro. Come on. Plus, you got Ally there. You could have Ally and Bush, half and half car. Perfect.
I don't know if
Bush
Ally
is an
and,
ally.
and him would work.
Sure.
I'm not even sure if Hendrick will allow Bush to be a sponsor.
Why not?
I don't know, because like Hendrick's kind of like the clean cut. Like I don't think they would want an alcoholic beverage just there.
I mean, if they bring 20 million.
I mean maybe. I mean, hey, look,
I don't know.
It's like, where do I sign?
I'm not saying I would disagree. I think a
After
Bush,
Larson
a
running all
Bush,
these cars.
I
Bush
love Bush Light.
Bush Light 48 car would be freaking sick. But
That'd be
I,
wild.
I don't know.
I do want to talk about what Yini just said. Kyle Larson spent too much time in the Indy 500 sim this week. Okay, maybe. I don't know. But is the month of May already creeping into his mind and distracted him? Is that why he's not? Is that why he spun out today?
I mean, no.
I think his broken
He's just
car
not
was
good at
why.
Darlington. I think that's why.
Bro, I don't know. I mean, you know that's going to take all his time and focus. I
Oh,
mean,
probably.
When's the first practice session's coming up here in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, he said on the broadcast he's not going to do a lot of the training stuff like he did last year.
He doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't have to do the rookie orientation. He doesn't have to do the training.
I think
at
he has to still do
Phoenix.
some of the rookie laps, not everything, but he has to do some stuff.
But
it
not
isn't-
as much
it
as
isn't
he
the
did
full
last year.
requirement. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, he's cocky. He's arrogant.
Probably.
I don't need all the laps. Fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Although,
Finished, what 17th last year? That's fine.
if you think about it, with
Point.
Hendrick or with Larson, you got to figure he figures by once this Indy stuff is behind him, he's gonna get a win. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It is
okay.
I
interesting.
think
He
he's going
hasn't
to win
won
next
yet.
week. I think y'all are silly.
No, Denny Hamlin's going 3 in a row.
Ooh. We're gonna have
I think
2,
I'll
3 in
have
a
to get
row.
off the
At
podcast.
yeah, bro. Denny Hamlin's going to win next week.
If I got to
2,
deal with
3
this
in a
one more
row.
time.
Bro,
What's up with Toyota this year?
Spring,
Bro,
Bristol is JGR's house, mainly Denny Hamlin's house. Big time.
that's a good point.
Before it
too.
was Denny, it was Kyle Busch.
yeah, that's true.
So maybe it's Briscoe's time.
Nah, absolutely.
No.
Briscoe almost won here.
Hmm?
It had dirt,
oh my god!
and he did wreck Tyler Reddick.
Was okay. I
But
was literally thinking about this.
he almost got it.
Was Dirt Bristol the last win Kyle Busch has?
No, it was Auto Club.
Kyle Busch didn't win that race.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
the
he did.
leaders wrecked and he won.
Because Briscoe spun out Reddick trying to dive
No.
bomb it on the last turn.
was it
and
Reddick or Larson?
It was Reddick. It was because
Kyle Busch was in third and he
that
won
was
it.
that was going to be Reddick's first win if he didn't do that. And so he spun out, and Briscoe spun out, lost it. Reddick, I think, saved it and got second or third. But Kyle, because in his interview, he's like, I don't care what you do, put dirt on it, asphalt.
Worldwide
with-
Technology Gateway.
That was his
It
last
must have
one.
been the same
2023.
year. Yeah, 2023. Okay.
Wow, I totally forgot about this. Talladega April race 2023.
Oh, geez, yeah.
He had 3
Eek.
wins that year,
and
didn't he?
Auto Club.
Auto Club was the one I remember because that was the first one.
And then
So
the
he didn't
dirt
win
race
Bristol?
was before that.
Oh,
No.
probably 2021 or
Yeah.
2022 Bristol.
I think
22.
it was 22 yeah.
Crazy.
because it was when Reddick was still in the 8 car.
Yep.
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 Yep. I was
Anywho.
just going to see how long we could keep that going.
Ah, JGR Championship 4. That would be a bit much.
Yeah, because Gibbs would have to get his act
I'm ready
together.
for Hamlin to get this championship so you shut the hell up. I'm tired of it. Either that or retire, man. Come on.
I only
There we
want him
go.
to win so Mark Martin can have his title back. That's all I want.
I want to
The
know
best of the worst.
if Gateway
Yes.
is
Alright.
an IndyCar track, Kuzman, how come the IndyCar car fans don't show up?
Mm.
Oof.
I mean, dude, it was like 5,000 people showed up the
Do
last
they?
time.
Yeah, they do run it there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and wasn't like 3 people on the lead lap?
it was terrible.
Atrocious.
Dude, it
I
was so
remember
bad.
that. I turned it off and turned it back on. I
They
was
got
like,
rid
oh,
of all the
wow.
good ovals. Texas, Pocono. Phoenix.
Pocono's not an oval, and you know it. Don't disgrace Pocono like that. Your simple.
It's an
mind.
oval with 6 corners.
You're not
Anyways.
wrong. All right. Moving on.
Where we at?
We're going to move to
No trucks this week.
Yep. I was going to have Jeff talk about trucks, but okay,
Can we
fine.
talk about trucks real quick?
Go ahead, Jeff.
I don't even have the calendar.
I'll
up
drive
on
a
this.
trucks this week.
There's no trucks, Jeff.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say I
just
normally
said
don't watch trucks. I'm usually busy on Fridays.
I know,
so-
that's why I was just messing with you. I'm sorry.
I guess we can jump into the NAS news, right?
Yeah.
Race of the
So
weekend.
now,
hey, do
we're-
we want to before we do that? Do we want to debate throwback weekend here
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's do
before
it
we move
now.
on?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
about it.
Chase Elliott's comments. I just gotta address this.
Yep, go for
It
it.
wasn't
he
only
says
Chase
he
Elliott.
doesn't like it.
It was Bubba Wallace too.
All right. Well, Chase Elliott, like the loudest voice there, right?
Bubba's
His
pretty loud.
his throwback sucks every year, especially this year. So of course he's tired of throwback weekend. If I had to drive that car, I would also not want to do throwback ever again.
Please leave me alone.
Bro,
I
I
don't wanna
mean,
be here.
Chase Elliott's kind of a
just
wet
send an
blanket.
email.
So.
Please don't participate.
I am writing you for the 47th time.
Please change your mind.
So how many years have we been running throwback weekend? It's about 10,
I don't know.
right?
I went to the first one in like 2000. Man, I want to say it's like 16.
Yes.
It's about 10 or somewhere around 10, I think.
So
is
this
what I
would be year
heard.
9.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
The Xfinity guys knocked it out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
Xfinity
The
had a
Kurt
lot
Busch
of good ones.
throwback by Sammy Smith, dope.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like that one.
There was like
You know
the-
one of my favorites? It was the Nesquik car.
Yeah. that was
Yeah,
cool.
I loved it.
I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
good.
You know
That's
one
cool.
that I like too in the Xfinity was the Kodak car.
Yep.
I don't-
Oh yeah.
I don't
I mean,
remember.
we've
I don't
seen that
remember
a few times.
Yeah, but it's a classic. Like,
Sterling Marlin and Ernie Irvin.
you're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I grew up
They had
watching
the Coors,
that car.
the
That's
Coors
super cool.
car. Coors Light.
That's classic.
The
Throwback.
Coors car,
I'm like,
that was cool.
yeah.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think what are some other good ones from the Xfinity.
There's the cartoon, the Bugs Bunny one for
That was
Brendan
cool.
Poole.
Bro, that was cool. I like
That
that
was.
because they couldn't do the Looney Tune. They couldn't do Bugs Bunny, so he did like a Looney Tune version of himself on
Yeah.
the side. That was cool.
That was dope.
That was fun. Creative. But I think overall, like color wise and everything, they killed it. Like they did a great job. Do we want to pick? Well, I guess do we want to debate should throwback come back or not?
Yeah, so basically Elliot's like, we're done with this. We've been done with this for 3 years, 4 years. Like this, we've beaten the dead horse. We're running out of schemes. This is not fun anymore. It's just kind of something we do, and this needs to be put away for a while. And Bubba Wallace had the exact same ideas on it. He's like, we don't do a throwback. We've never ran a throwback. I don't think they ran a throwback.
I don't think so.
But he's like, we got a new
I
scheme
feel
this
like
week.
there was an old McDonald's somewhere back there.
There is.
There was
Maybe.
one.
There is.
But
Maybe.
they don't hardly participate.
Yeah,
You
he's
were
like,
right.
we don't have one. We're not gonna do one. It's just another race for us. Like, we just got to move on, right?
Pennzoil
and I-
finally participated.
I get it. I get it from their aspect. But then you have someone like Brad and Logano, and they say, no, this is a great homage to our past, our legacy, and it can connect some of the old fans to watch and be like, hey, I know that paint scheme. Obviously, different people, a little bit different branding, but it's a good like connection to the past.
Yeah.
So I really get both aspects. I really do. But I don't want it to just be like, oh, we have to throw a throwback, so we're gonna do like a 2013 throwback. Like it's just one of those things where it's like you're really on the fence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I personally like it, but I've been a NASCAR fan since like I was like 6 or 7. So
Yeah.
like, I guess it may mean more to me than some other people. Like I
Yeah.
definitely understand that.
Our,
But,
our
like-
view of it is probably completely different than Matt and DJ.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I
'cause,
know
like,
it and it's cool, but I don't connect to it probably like you guys do.
Yeah.
Like the Kellogg's car, I never watched it on track.
Right.
You know,
right.
you guys did. You probably
Yeah.
went to races where it was there. I did not. I have
I
no
think
clue.
it-
I
I
just
think
know of the car.
It'll probably be different for like us when we start seeing like schemes that we're watch now as throwbacks.
Yeah, the
20
Brad
years
Moneylion car. I can't wait to see that again. Oh,
Chase Elliott
fantastic.
could probably run it. It's the same colors as the universe.
The Keystone car.
But it's
Yeah, the
like-
Keystone car.
The
Great.
I don't
Keystone
know.
car.
But
Can't wait
I mean,
for that one.
But I mean, like,
Like the
When I
old
think
Brad
of-
Miller scheme.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was already a throwback.
Okay, throwback again.
But like even
Keep
some of the
bringing it
ones like some of the ones I think of, like one of my favorite ones from like years ago back when Chip Ganassi was still in NASCAR was when Kyle Larson ran like the mellow yellow, like
Mhm.
Kyle Petty like
Yeah.
throwback. That's
Yeah.
like a cool one. But like I guess it means more to people who've been watching the sport for a long time. I definitely understand how people like get tired of it. Some people like 2311 not really participating a whole lot. Like, okay, I understand it. You're like a newer team. but like I don't know. I think Chase Elliott's just kind of a wet blanket, so I don't really like take his opinion very seriously. I already think he's a boring person that doesn't like fun, so it's like I don't really
Heard he
like,
likes
care that
snowboarding.
much. Huh?
He likes to snowboard.
So much.
Yeah, he likes to
broke
break
his
his
leg.
leg too. But like anyway, even if they don't do throwback, I think that they should do like something, like maybe have the drivers design their own scheme with like no like
Yeah.
real help or something fun like that. To like you need like a weekend where it's like, you know, not just like what the sponsors want kind of a thing. Not that I mean, you definitely have to appease the sponsors, of course, but like to do something like where everything's all vibrant and like using like different colors.
What if you did like I mean, similar to that? So first off, like I think it should stay. I 100% think this is I think it's super important. Yeah, I'm not as old of a fan, but like
No, you are old.
that's true because it's true. I think it's something that has to stay. But what if you did something where it's like Jeff was saying, where not necessarily design your own, but it's like you have no restrictions. If you want to move the number back, move the number back. You want
That's a big one.
You want to change this, do this. Just make it one where it's like this is totally fun. Hey, you want to have a fan design your own car? Cool, do that.
I think we're getting there.
Oh no,
I really do. I think we're getting there to being able to move the number and stuff like that. I think it comes down to the sponsorship. I mean, this was the first year we really saw the fonts change.
Yeah.
Truly.
that's
Like, what was it, last year or the year before when
I
Chase
think
Elliott
almost no
ran?
font.
He ran the 9.
He
from,
ran the Bill Elliott 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was crazy because like they changed the font number. What? The font's different? This year, the 22 had a different font.
22,
21.
12,
The 21.
the 20,
The 12, like, that's all Penske, but I mean,
the 20.
they're changing the fonts.
The
Yeah,
20
That's
had one.
important. So I
I had 'em pulled
think
up.
we're getting there to where it's like this might be an exception once a year to change the number back, as long as it works with. I think it really comes down to your sponsor, and if your sponsor's okay with it, then they'll do it.
So
Yeah.
I think also because like if you look at one of my favorite schemes was Barry's, the 21. I love that Lotus,
I think everyone loved
throwback.
it.
That was super awesome. But like, yeah, okay, it's not a NASCAR car. You're throwing back to Jim Clark, who does have some history with NASCAR and everything, but it was a throwback to his Indy car.
Yeah.
His Indy 500 win car. So I mean, like, you can do throwbacks, and it doesn't necessarily have to be limited to just NASCAR, and it doesn't even have to be. I mean, if you want to do a throwback, it doesn't have to be really super tied into racing. You could probably tie it into some other things if you wanted to.
Remember when Martin Truex did the bass boat?
Yeah.
The first ever tracker bass boat or something like that? That was
Yeah.
cool.
Vaguely.
I think about like
I mean,
when,
Brad could have his convertible going out there.
like Christopher Bell today. Like Christopher Bell ran like a dirt car scheme from like way back in the day, and they made the roof silver because it like resembled the
The wing.
wing on the top
Yeah.
of the
Mhm.
sprint car.
That's
like,
fine.
like stuff that's like I don't know, it's cool. You know,
I think
it doesn't have to be NASCAR.
my thing about it, like, I really did not like when NASCAR was getting too involved in like picking decades.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
You're putting this way too much in the box. Let them move the number back if they want to move the number back. Your people will be able to see the number. It's okay.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think.
yeah,
they
just let them do whatever they want. This
I,
is a weekend. What I like about it is them running the old cars before the race. That's cool.
Yep.
The old Wood Brothers 21s and some cool commentary there. They have a big parade downtown in Darlington, and then I like the guests in the booth.
Yeah.
Richard Petty,
yeah,
Kyle
that was,
Petty.
that was cool.
I like some
The
of that.
Biff.
Man. It's fun. The Biff, that was
With
cool
with
with
the
his no sleeves.
Still rocking that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's. I've heard some people say like, what about doing this in the All-Star race instead of Darlington? I don't know. What do you guys kind of think?
Not a bad idea.
Because the nice thing with the All-Star race is
complain
because
about
it's
that.
not a sanctioned event. Theoretically, they could move the numbers.
No numbers.
I mean, I
Okay.
think you might still have to have
Better-
numbers,
but
but
really know the sponsors.
but I think they said that because the All-Star race is different, you could move the numbers, and NASCAR was
Yeah.
okay with it.
yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be dope. That'd be dope for a while.
And
Yeah.
being that it's at God, I keep forgetting the name of the track.
North
Wilkesboro.
Wilkesboro.
There we go, that one.
Boat Club.
Since it's at North Wilkesboro, it still kind of fits that vibe of the throwback historic track kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe do it there just to shake it up. But
Yeah. Real quick before we move on to news, let's pick our favorite throwback scheme.
Cup, Xfinity.
Cup.
Ooh. Do I have to go first? I guess I do.
Whoever. I'll go first.
All right, go first.
Jeff Gordon was pretty dope.
That one was really
The William
nice.
Byron throwback.
Oh,
Jim
That's
Gordon.
pretty cool.
That was dope. That
Final
thing looked
race.
amazing.
I didn't
and we
think
got
I-
to see it all day.
I didn't think I was gonna like that one as much as I did, but that
I was
one
there for
nice.
that race. That was the paint scheme for his final race. I was there, so that's
You were
kinda
there
cool.
for that? That's cool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that was Homestead. Yeah.
I liked it just because in color chrome, that diecast is gonna look sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna look fire.
I mean, everyone.
Hey,
I've been
drop
talking
your
about
favorites in the
it.
chat while we're talking about this.
I've
Yeah.
been talking for a few weeks about it, so obviously I picked the Kyle Larson, even though unfortunately
Yeah.
didn't see it on the track a whole lot. But my runner-up,
What are you talking about? I
Got
saw
a
it
good
twice.
side. Got a good view of the side.
twice.
Yeah. Yeah, the passenger side looks great.
But it was that one's cool. I think my runner-up, I actually really like the Legacy Motorsports, the 43.
Really?
Classic Richard. But I just thought it was
Did
cool.
a good job on that one.
the
it
colors,
just looks good.
The colors on that are
We're just
amazing.
clean. It was just
Yeah.
really clean. And so for Cup, those were some of my favorites. But for Xfinity, I kind of was with you where I like the Kodak car. That's kind of cool.
It was cool. Yeah.
It's kind of plain, but I like it.
Mark says the number 2 Earnhardt. I like that one. They nailed
That
the
was cool.
colors, but the number in the wrong spot just killed it for me.
It did. They should.
But everything else was perfect.
They could have fixed it to me if they made the Freightliner logo bigger. It would have filled up a little bit more of
Maybe.
that dead
Yep.
space.
And I will say also, Blaney's a great option.
you don't
too.
get 3 picks, Jeff.
Jeez.
One.
I'm just saying.
One.
But they would have.
I like the 48. The 5 was pretty cool. The 9 was terrible. The 12 was good.
Okay. Anyway.
He hasn't said mine yet, so we're good.
Oh, I'm just saying like that
Leave
would
some
have
for
been
the
one
rest
of
of
my
us.
that would have been my favorite.
Right.
That would have been my favorite if it was actually green. Like it was the original colors, but
Cool
they
story.
changed the colors. So
Matt?
Wait, which one? Are you talking about Blaney's?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bitching about that. So
Yeah.
my favorite, believe it or not, was I got 2. Bell. I really like Bell's
This is
throwback
cool.
simply because I feel like DeWalt does not participate in this weekend, and they
No.
actually participated and showed up.
Yep.
They did an old logo. It was an old throwback to his dirt car. Cool, really cool. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great scheme. Second, Joey Logano's scheme was beautiful.
That was cool.
It
Because
was
they never
gorgeous.
participate.
They
Yeah.
never.
do, but it's just not
Well,
good.
it's like throwback to a car we won with
When
2
he won his
years
first
ago.
championship
Like, oh
in
my
2016,
God.
and then he did a throwback to when he was doing
Which, by the way, was almost an identical scheme to what you're running this
I know,
week.
yeah, it was like that murky, like almost
Yeah.
mustard yellow. But no, he did a throwback to when he was like legend car racing, the red one where
Yeah.
he put Byron in the wall. There was that race.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. That was a good one. I take it back.
That was okay.
I like that. It
but
was a
this
good
one
red.
topped the cape. I loved how this car looked. Something about the yellows.
You want me to go? Is that what that look
Your
was?
last.
Oh, I thought.
I
Okay.
could keep going. I just don't want to take them all.
For me, it's
Jeff already did. So
for me, it's the 21.
Yeah.
I like it
Yeah.
because one.
you said that as soon as it came
yeah,
out.
as soon as it came out, like the story. I love the story. Jim Clark there's a crazy story there with that guy. Unfortunately, died while racing. It was an incredible driver. The guy raced all over the world in multiple series. I was describing him as Kyle Larson before Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
And it's just cool because it's very unique. The Wood brothers don't generally go something like this, so that was super cool to see something totally unique. Totally
is there
new.
a connection there with the Wood brothers?
So Leonard Wood was the crew chief for Jim
Oh.
Clark. I found that out this weekend. I didn't know that.
That's dope.
Cool.
So yeah, so they built the engine, or the Wood brothers did do something, and then he was the crew chief for him and the 500.
Very cool.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I heard they might run it again in Indy.
that would make a lot of sense.
That would be cool.
They should.
No, they called him
Yeah.
up mid race and said we want to see that at the Brickyard.
I think they should. I think that's
Please
a very
don't.
good
right
spot.
when he
Please
wrecked
don't wreck it.
it was right. He's like, I'm going back at the Brickyard. Wah.
Well, we're gonna have to redo it. So yeah,
Dang,
so I
it's
thought that
very
one was really good. The 48 looked really cool as like a runner up.
Yeah, that was cool.
The 48 was a good
I did
one.
like that.
Um,
They should just run that every week.
honestly,
I'm a big fan. Their logo pops so hard on that.
What,
it really does.
complete difference, yeah. Black and white. You should.
It's
Best
as much
paint colors.
contrast as you can get.
Best paint colors ever.
I have noticed nobody's thrown back to the Intimidator.
No. I think somebody
Nobody.
ran silver. When he ran that silver good wrench, somebody did that, I think.
I think
And
Nobody
then the
nobody
two
has
car.
gone back. It's been like 10 years and nobody's
20
like
years.
No, for the
Oh.
throwback weekend.
They're like the black 3.
Yes.
yeah.
Nobody will do it.
Nobody wants to touch that.
I don't think you can.
You might not be able to.
Remember?
I don't know. I don't know
Remember
if there's
Jeffrey
rules.
Earnhardt kind of ran like a black car that was loosely kind of designed on it. He ran it
Yeah.
like Talladega or something
Yeah.
loosely. But yeah, no true like good wrench style throwback. I don't think you can.
I don't think so.
Yeah, if you wreck, I mean, you'll be shamed for life.
Pretty much. All right, let's move on to our NAS news section. So, in news that happened this week, not as an April Fool's joke, Legacy Motor Club files a lawsuit against Rick Ware Racing for a charter deal.
Have you guys heard anything about this?
Well, I
Other
think it's funny the news dropped on
April
April
1st.
1st.
That's why I
Like-
put the note in there. I was like, this might be fake. So let me preface it.
No, but it's 100% real.
Jordan Bianchi's either dropping a bomb or dropping the fakest bomb of all time.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard anything other than the initial filing, other than I think it was something about them not selling or
So
something
Rick
you
Ware,
know it, right?
about the
yeah,
purchase.
Rick Ware was selling them a charter.
Yeah,
They finalized all the paperwork.
Yep.
And Rick Ware's were going back saying, no, that's not for the 26 season. It's for the 27 season. And
I mean that should be in the
in
contract.
Legacy, it's in there as 26. And Legacy Motor Club's like, it's 26. And they're like,
You know what's
"Nope,
funny?
we're
There's
gonna negate
26.
the sale. They're halting the sale now.
What?
Yes. So now Legacy Motor Club is suing Rick Ware because it's a breach of the contract. Everything was signed, ready to go, but they're like, we actually want to change this to 2027, not 2026. And they're like, well, no, everything says 26. We'll have it set for next year. Nope. We're
Heck?
just not gonna sell it now. Can you do that?
no.
I don't think so. No,
You're gonna lose so hard.
they're being sued for performance. So I mean, they have
So-
to perform.
The big thing with this is you cannot lease a charter for more than 1 year at a time. So the play is like if Rick Ware wants to stay in NASCAR, they're leasing the 15 right now to RFK.
Yeah.
So if they're leasing the 15, that means next year they have to lease the 51. If they're selling the 51, they can't lease. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the problem. So RFK,
What charter are they buying?
RFK is now wrapped up in this because if they're selling the 51, RFK cannot run a third car next year.
Right.
Ooh.
If they're selling the 51.
Or they have to. No. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
the
that's
problem
big
is
news.
because the 51 and the 15 may have different values on them. So
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, hey, never mind, Legacy.
now.
Like, take this. Like,
Yeah.
take the 15. We'll keep the 51. Nah, the 51 might be worth more money or
Yes.
less money.
Or less. Yeah, depending
Yeah.
on how that.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth more.
Hmm.
So, yeah, that
Oh, man.
whole thing
We'll
is
see how that
very
plays out.
complicated. Legacy is like super confident. So I don't
It
think
sounds
there's
like- I
any
mean-
shot.
No, yeah, it's just gonna be interesting with the whole RFK drama and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
I agree.
Uh,
They should sell the 51 to Kyle Busch. I agree.
That's the only way he's gonna get a ride. He's gonna buy it.
One of you guys was saying that he's like doubled down, said he's like super committed to RCR now. Or
I don't.
That's always the rumor.
But
I don't know.
I think actually once
Where's he gonna go? That's the problem.
yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna go home. That's where he's gonna go.
start up KFB again. I don't know. Or
Yeah, I
start
don't know.
Kyle Busch Motor.
I think he's a little too old to be doing all that nonsense
Yeah.
nowadays.
I wonder
Uh,
if he still cares to go for the truck championship to have all three.
He said last I heard, granted it was several years ago, that was the plan.
I would love that.
That when he retires, he's
I
going to
would
go
love
for
a
it
full
1 year.
season of Kyle Busch in the trucks.
Oh,
Matt Crafton and Kyle Busch. The nonsense.
That would
I'm
be
not
awesome.
gonna lie. I actually would love that.
Yeah.
That would
Imagine
be
he
sick.
gets in there with like Tricon or like a powerhouse truck team, just goes to town.
I'm just doing this for 1 year. See ya, Brexton. You can take over.
Right.
Well, that's what he said. The plan was is
Yeah.
he wants to go and run for a championship,
Get
and
a
then-
championship and then run a part time.
and then run part time with Brexton, so he can run the small tracks. He'll run the big tracks. Then when Brexton gets old enough, he takes over the whole
Could you
ride.
imagine a Kyle Busch at Daytona? The jump would be awesome.
Most expensive day in the year.
Jeez.
That was the best ever.
Other news this week: Sammy Smith has been docked 50 points and $250,000 from Martinsville.
25,000.
Oh, sorry, 25,000 from Martinsville.
Note might be April Fool's joke.
It might,
It was
man,
not.
I was
They dropped all this on April Fool's Day.
They really
I
did.
was like, I gotta make sure this is right.
There's
I get
gotta be
dogged all the time for
There's
putting down
got to
bad
be like a
notes.
hidden thing in here somewhere.
yeah.
So how do you guys feel about that? You think it was justified?
I think it's too harsh.
You think it's too harsh?
Yeah.
50 points is
I
a
see.
lot.
I
He's
see.
still
what,
in the playoffs,
I see what you're saying.
and
When,
he's probably going to win a race.
You were
so.
talking about Austin Hill driving through everyone.
Bro.
That wreck would not have happened if Austin Hill didn't just effing floor it
Did you
through
hear?
the turn.
Did you hear what Dale Jr. said on Twitter? He's like, the best laugh I've had all week is when Austin Hill stood up in the drivers' meeting, volunteering to be a mentor and leader to teach these young kids how to race.
No way.
Dead serious.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, bro, you wrecked 3 cars.
Straight up.
What
on
are we
purpose.
talking about?
Yeah.
Everybody's dogging Sammy Smith. Nobody wants to talk about Austin Hill just pile driving.
Yeah.
16 wheels are better than 4.
Yeah. I went back. I
Oh
saw
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
You got to
That's
look at the very
hilarious.
bottom corner,
You
but
have
here
to.
he
He
comes.
goes right through. That whole wreck would not have happened if he didn't pile
1,000%.
drive through.
1,000%.
I mean, Sammy would have been knocked out. Probably finished 3rd or 4th.
Allgaier probably wins.
Allgaier would probably win. Yep.
Yep.
But it's just I see what you're saying.
That's like Sammy Smith was getting a lot of flack for making Allgaier lose the Dash for Cash. I don't think so. That was Austin Hill,
It was Austin Hill.
100%.
100%.
That's why he didn't have a
agree
cup
with
ride.
you now. Yep. I get it.
Ain't
Anyway.
nobody gonna go fight that guy.
Yeah.
There's only one,
Someone tried.
there's only one guy that would even stand a chance, and I think it's SVG.
Yeah, I think honestly the only way to fix this, because he's not gonna pay the fine. The team's gonna pay the fine.
Oh yeah. No, Sammy.
Well,
What's his penalty? He's still in the playoffs. He's probably gonna win a race this year. And the team's gonna pay the
Sammy
fine.
Smith's
what's,
good to
what's the penalty?
win one race a year.
Yeah.
What's it matter? This penalty doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So to me, like I think they should just no more fines and let them fight outside the care center.
Yeah. That's where I think the issue is.
Let it now. If the team jumps in, that's no go. But let the drivers fight.
Hockey does
A
it.
couple knockouts over the next couple months, like this stuff will be done. They didn't used to do this back in the day because they used to go and knock each other's teeth out.
Like I said, hockey has fights on the ice with the refs like watching and like spinning around it, like, and the teams wait for it to happen.
Yeah,
like,
you wait till somebody goes down on the ground.
and then you break it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. I think
Same
we should
deal.
pull those
What?
kind of rules.
Yeah, like retribution.
It's just,
rules.
except for
Like-
Austin Hill.
like
Austin Hill's not
yeah.
allowed to fight. Too big.
too big.
Too
I
big.
break you.
Outside of the weight class with everyone
I
else.
must break you.
You've had way too much cornbread.
Yeah,
bro.
but yeah, that's exactly how it works. Because like if the refs don't catch something, then the players enforce it, and that's
Yeah,
how it
100%.
goes. It's like
100%.
if NASCAR's not going to do anything about it, then
Yeah,
But that's also
I
how
don't like penalizing 3 days later. That sucks.
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
because
not
you're
a
already
I mean,
like
you're massive. Like I get that, and I understand.
It's not
like,
that hard. If it's bad, you call reckless
But
driving.
Jake,
They
if they're-
did this in the trucks last
It's
year.
multi-million-dollar consequences.
They did this in the trucks last year. They parked the guy on pit road for 2 laps for reckless driving.
Yeah, but everyone equated this the exact same to
To be
Austin
fair,
Dillon.
in this
We
incident,
should
though,
They
take away
should've
his
done the
win.
same
We should
thing
do
with
this.
Austin
We should
Dillon.
do that.
Reckless driving.
I still don't think
Parked
Austin
for 2
Dillon's
laps.
was fair.
I don't think we should do that. I think Austin Dillon
It's multi-million.
should go get his butt whooped. Let
But,
him fight.
but Austin Dillon should have been in the playoffs.
Let him fight.
I think
Yeah,
he
he'll
should.
be in the playoffs this year, but he ain't gonna ever do that again.
No, I agreed.
Let him show up with a couple black eyes.
I'm cool with that.
He only got 2 eyes.
I mean,
that's
I
why
don't
he's had a
know.
couple.
third block.
Have you heard like where the drivers fight now?
No,
At the airport.
Oh, really?
really.
That's where there's fights happening. Oh, there's definitely still fights happening. It happens off property.
Well, like, NASCAR's like that's out of my hands.
Yeah,
but
no,
yes,
yeah.
but the thing is, NASCAR. I'm sorry, maybe this is wrong, but NASCAR should let them fight, and as much as use it for promotion.
You do
Oh.
everything else.
Well, no, and I say that because a casual
This
person.
is against our codes and ethics.
Well, no, but no.
Just stay tuned for Darlington.
But my point is, a casual person, not us, not true race fans, but casual viewers are going to be like, dude, what the heck? Like they're fighting. Like, okay, I got to watch this. It's
Yeah,
going to
bro.
bring your casual viewers in, which might bring in more fans.
Yeah, bro.
Unfortunately, yeah. Like, look, everyone knows the joke of I went to a fight and a hockey game broke out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
everyone knows that. Throw a little bit of that into NASCAR, just a little bit. We don't need a lot.
I'd say let them hit each other too. Let them wreck each other on purpose. If it's a right hook at a Charlotte,
Something dangerous,
absolutely
yeah.
not. But at a short track, you stump a guy, bro. Like, I don't know.
no, I agree.
So, another news: Hendrick drops the Larson 1,100-mile paint scheme. A lot less orange in it. Shows off both cars.
I liked it. I think I like it a lot better than it was last year.
Yeah,
Good.
I think it looks good.
I
You
like
know,
it.
they
I'm a
added some
fan.
cool like lines and stripes on the bottom. So
I hope he can actually make 1,100 miles and not,
so.
856.
Yeah.
Tony Kanaan will be doing the test days with him to be a fill-in driver.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
yeah, who's running? Has he announced who's going to be running for North Wilkesboro
For
practice and all that stuff?
Sounds like a JRM car.
So
Probably
Allgaier. Allgaier's,
okay.
yeah. That kind of
It's
makes
Ross. I'm good, coach.
It's wrong.
Oh man.
I'm going to run both cars at the same time. I got this. Just runs back and forth between the
Sammy
pits.
Smith.
Sammy, I doubt it. I highly doubt it, Sammy Smith.
I mean,
All right.
usually that comes down to body build. Like who's built.
Similar
I mean, yeah,
size.
Allgaier's probably.
Well,
a spitting
Allgaier,
image.
Allgaier was who was running for the Coke.
Yeah,
Coke
so that makes
600,
sense.
so-
Probably
It
Allgaier.
doesn't really matter who it is as long as they're the same body size. So
I'm
Yeah.
bummed Carl Edwards is not going to take up the offer.
That would
isn't he
cool.
like 6'2"? That's not gonna work.
I don't think he's that tall.
I mean, they could swap.
5'10"?
They could swap the seat though.
Hey, yeah, but you gotta do that practice. I don't know.
Uh-uh.
No, man.
Anyway, more lawsuit stuff. 2311 and Front Row win in a court, ensuring that they are a full-fledged charter for the 2025 season. Does this have anything to do with the new president change in NASCAR corporate team?
Did you hear about that?
So weird. I don't know.
It's not weird. I think they're trying to come to a peaceful agreement, and the best thing they could do is get rid of the old president. Now, I bet there's gonna be some deals.
Well,
made.
yeah, but he's still the commissioner, isn't he?
Yeah, but
They created a new position for
They
him.
created a new position. They're just restructuring the leadership. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't think anything changes. I don't think anything
Is there still a
changes.
president?
Yeah, they moved the other Steve into that role.
There's too many Steves.
I think it's O'Donnell's the president now, and Phelps is the commissioner.
And from
Yeah.
what I remember, a lot of people like Phelps and not O'Donnell. Or is that
I thought it was the other way around.
maybe it is? See, this is
I think it depends on who you ask. Like a lot of people like Steve Phelps, a lot of people don't. A lot of people like O'Donnell, a lot of people don't.
Okay.
I just think it's
Just
interesting that the same week that 2311 wins the full-fledged charter agreement for this year in the lawsuit, they also restructured the president and commissioner.
I think if they're trying to
not a lot of
restructure it,
coincidences.
it's because they're like, oh no, see, we have a commissioner. We're just like the other sports.
I think
Maybe.
it's like that.
could be.
You know,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
a monopoly. No, we're just like other sports. We have a commissioner.
Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe.
Could be.
I don't know.
I thought it was more or less like I put the note in there. I thought it was more or less like, hey, we're restructuring to try to get a better deal so everyone's happy.
I
And
think
this guy obviously wasn't flexible and working, so let's.
I still think
come to an
NASCAR is
agreement.
in the wrong in a lot of ways on this as far as this lawsuit is concerned. So I think NASCAR, anything that they're going to do as far as restructuring is going to be to appear or to try to not be as much of a monopoly as they are.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's my take. But
I love High Limit Racing coming out here. Kyle Larson owns High Limit, and they come out like, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to start our own dirt series. You know what we're going to do in year 3? We're going to start our own franchise. No more charters. We're, like they threw out the word charter for a while. Like, not charters, franchises. You own them.
Yeah,
They
that's
gave it
cool.
away to the top teams, and then like they gave a whole buying program.
That's
Yo,
awesome.
super
go.
dope.
Kyle Larson has the top teams.
So
all according to plan.
right.
What was the last big thing on here?
Lamar Jackson.
This guy. Lamar
Okay, so
Jackson.
I saw something today. Okay, so let me get through the thing and then we'll discuss. So Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, is hurting
Yeah,
the
sorry, I didn't
trademark
type it too
deal
well.
for Junior over the 8. So basically, Lamar Jackson is suing JRM for use of the number 8 with JRM
this is the JRM 8,
The
not
JRM
the
8.
DEI 8.
and not the Richard Childress 8. Just to be clear.
Yes,
So many 8s.
it's crazy. I
So
don't,
why is he suing them? They've had that 8 forever.
because he is stating that he is a more prominent figure wearing the number 8 than Dale Earnhardt Jr. and that he cannot trademark a number. But Junior's not trademarking a number. It's the font. It's all about the font.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the NASCAR owns the numbers.
Well, you
You're
can't
just-
trademark a number. That's like trademarking the letter
Exactly.
C.
That's
So
the
he-
weird
so
part
he
about
has
this.
to be trademarking the font.
He's,
But
I
Dale
guess,
Jr. already has the font.
but he doesn't run that font. If you look up
I
his
was gonna say,
jersey,
if you look up the Ravens,
it's not
jersey,
even
or what-
close.
Yeah.
No, the font is totally different.
1,000. It's not block letter. It's
So
not
why is he
italics.
I don't understand.
It's a cash grab. It's all just trying to be a cash.
Isn't he
grab.
suing another person or
He's
something else?
suing Randy Moss for
Yeah.
the same thing, or Randy some other big football player over the same idea.
I'm looking.
It
to
is
see it.
some
I'm trying to
kind
look
of
this up.
weird cash grab.
I saw it, but I didn't read that much into it. I was like, what is this? even?
There's not a lot on it besides he's claiming either trademark.
Apparently, it was
violation.
resolved, which I am not a fan of the resolution because I think Junior just basically gave up and was like, yeah, whatever.
No, he didn't because I mean, whatever.
Hold on, let's see.
It might be resolved now, but he's like, I'm still gonna run it in everything I own. I think it's just a cash grab. It's just he's trying to get something from nothing, in my opinion. If there is some validity there, then it is what it is. But there's not a lot. I mean, you can't trademark, you can't own a number.
So, and yeah, because this is the.
Do I have to pay him every time I write the number 8?
So they are also using the old. The issue is he sued for the old number, not the new one that they were going to be running.
Correct.
So
the Junior Motorsports number they've been running for years.
So that's why
Yeah.
Junior comes out and he says basically like we're moving away from it. So he's kind of like I don't really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like whatever. I kind of wish he didn't, only because like, bro, what the heck? Like I want someone to fight this because like this is clearly like
This is
Matt
dumb.
said, it's stupid.
It's dumb.
Like the fact that and like especially if you look at the number different, the two numbers. I don't have it pulled up. If you look up at the two numbers, they're not even
They're
close.
not even close.
It's
bro.
Does anyone
one is
have any
one is
Lamar
round.
Jackson
I love-
Budweiser gear?
I love I love Reddit. Man, thank God he's suing. Every time I saw that A car, I got so confused and thought Lamar was racing.
I saw someone posted a great photo. It's like Dale Jr. running the number 8.
Troy
and it's him-
Aikman.
Troy Aikman. Thank
That's
you.
the other one.
It's Dale Jr. running the number 8 back in 2004, winning like the Daytona race. I think it was the 400 or whatever. It was the baseball theme. It says Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson that same year, and it's him in elementary school. And I'm like, clearly there's a conflict of interest here.
I was trying to see if I could pull.
He was
up
learning his numbers. He was
image.
winning in the number.
Yeah. So Jake, that's the Ravens 8.
Bro,
It's
what?
not
It's
even
not-
close.
Yeah, it's not even close, bro.
So Jake's not a big football. Like I
Pro
watch
football.
I watch a
I'm
lot
trying to
of
see if I can-
NFL here. So like I know what the number 8 looks like on the
It's-
jersey. It's not the same
It's
color.
not
It's not the same font.
even close.
It's not even the same size if you compare it to a car door.
No.
So it's not the 8 on his jersey. It's the 8 apparel logo that Lamar owns.
But
Bro,
they're not.
this is the definition of a crash out.
Yes,
yeah.
a cash grab. That's all it is.
He knows
Bro.
Junior make that money.
This guy's like, this is legit crazy. What lawyer would sign on with this?
Jeffrey Kessler.
Wait, so you want? Wait. So you're telling me, Mr. Jackson, you want to sell Dale Earnhardt Jr. over the use of the number 8? Yeah, that's totally valid. Let's do this.
I'm gonna be honest.
Let's push this one.
Okay, now
I think you got a case.
I love Reddit. Lamar's 8 looks like 2 zeros stacked on top of each other, both representing his number of Super Bowl trips and wins.
No, my favorite one was Briscoe.
What did Briscoe say?
Briscoe.
No, it was Gregson.
Was it no? Briscoe's response to Gregson was something like a picture of like what was it?
He had a photo of him and Junior, and him in a photo with
him and Lamar.
It's like,
And it was like
the true owner of the 8, not the true owner
of the 8. And then Briscoe responded and was like, "Who's Lamar Jackson? Never heard of her." I just like okay.
I mean, if you want to just like have an entire fan base and sporting culture hate you, this is how you do
well,
it.
what I don't understand is okay, like,
I love
this is
granted,
how you do it.
I don't follow NFL super close either, and like I know who Lamar Jackson is, okay,
Yeah,
but
he's a good
how-
quarterback.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just-
how are you going to argue and think and have such an ego that you think you're bigger than Dale freaking Jr.?
I don't know.
People not in racing know who the Earnhardts are. There's been many. Did I miss
You're
something?
fine.
no,
He's reading.
Oh, okay.
stuff.
Okay.
That was a wild Reddit post, bro.
Did you know
Kyle Larson is
there
suing
are-
someone
what?
for use of his word.
Oh no. Stop.
Yo, that is
Stop.
wild.
Stop.
And that
And
concludes the NAS news section, everybody. Glad y'all joined us for that one.
Anyway.
I'll make sure if I ever go to a Ravens game to wear Dale Jr.
Dale
Oh,
Jr.
100%.
stuff. Dude,
Big old
Junior-
buddy.
Wait a minute.
Dale
Junior,
against the
Junior
world.
Nation, we can do this. There's enough junior people out there. Let's sell out the stadium.
Oh, you can do it.
We make a protest.
We're gonna get the red Bud shirts, and we're all gonna. No, it has to be the old 8, just to
People-
piss them
I was
off.
gonna say get like the
Bring your own
giant
8. Any 8.
the giant pit jackets or whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
BYOE. Bring your own 8.
We got this. We can do
This
this.
is why they didn't sue RCR, because they got Morgan and Morgan on that car. They know they're gonna lose
Ooh.
For the people.
for the 8.
48.
Oh, that's funny.
That's crazy.
All right. Let's see. There's a rumor going around that there's an anticipated third driver for Legacy Motor Club.
Well, yeah, that's what we were just with the whole charter agreement.
His
deal.
name's Jimmy.
Lamar
Oh,
Jackson.
Jimmy.
Lamar Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Lamar Johnson.
Lamar Johnson. Hello, fellow kids.
Jimmy Jackson.
All right.
Who
Jimmy
is it?
Jackson.
Have they said?
I don't know.
Crazy.
No.
Who would you expect? Toyota.
Toyota.
Farm.
Corey Haim.
Corey Haim, you
Or
think?
Yeah, it has to
Jones. Brandon Jones, maybe.
No.
Oh,
no.
Just
No.
because he
He's
won.
got his
doesn't mean anything.
1 year,
I'm just saying.
one race. Like
2 wins.
He's
He
got
has
two.
2 wins.
Both at the same track.
Go figure.
He's basically
No, he
Eric
won
Jones.
Martinsville before
Oh, was it Martinsville?
last year.
No, 2023.
Maybe.
Y'all.
Entirely possible.
Entirely possible. Highly plausible.
All right. So,
100% maybe.
well, we don't have anything for that. So next week we go to the one and only Bristol.
Oh, real quick before we
Anytime.
jump over to Bristol, I want to talk about
Oh,
the
yeah.
diecast. So since it's Darlington weekend, throwback weekend, Jake's Christmas present finally arrived. It is the throwback of last spring's Busch Ross Chastain car. It is autographed, and I bought it from the Melon Man store. I cannot
Show and tell.
stress enough how difficult it was to
Smells
buy
like a
this
cup car.
diecast. Everybody.
Smells just
I
like a
ordered.
cup car.
I ordered this diecast the day of the race. Ordered it, pre-ordered, signed, initialed. It's the elite version. It's beautiful. I thought the car was gorgeous. I was like, I'm gonna buy it for Jake just so I don't buy one for myself.
Got that jockey on there.
Yeah, right. I ordered it, and it said anticipated delivery December 2024. I said perfect. It'll be here for Christmas. We'll get everything squared away. We get about halfway through the year. Oh gosh.
That was a lot.
We get about halfway through the year. It's September. And I realized I bought this car right after we moved. And I could not remember the shipping address.
Oh,
I don't know if it was my old house or my new house. So I'm like, I should really contact these people and make sure it hasn't been shipped and they haven't updated. Because I've got nothing. No word, no, hey, it's in production, nothing. So I reached out. I was like, hey, just wanted to double check the address you have for that. It took them a week. They responded. Oh, yeah, here's your address. I was like, okay, cool. Up to date. We're good. We get all the way over to December. And I'm messaging them again. I'm like, hey, it's December. What's the word? This is supposed to be coming in, like anticipated delivery. Like, are we thinking the beginning of December, the end of December? Where are we at with this? It can't be that hard. You know, other cars have started to release. Oh, we don't know yet. It's still in pre-production, blah, 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 blah. The runaround. All right. So it's like a week before Christmas. And ideally, this is a Christmas present for Jake. I'm messaging him, guys, this is Christmas present. Like, I'm really trying to stress, like, I need this. And at this point, I'm like, this ain't going to show up. Now, I'm like, we've lost the battle. This is going to show up whenever it shows up. So
Whenever it shuts up, is that what
Shows
you said?
up.
Oh, okay.
So we get into January, and I'm like, guys, it is a month past the delivery date. Where is this diecast? Right? And they messaged me back, and they're like, oh, so we have the diecast. We just can't get Ross here to sign it. And this is January, right? And I'm like, oh, can't be that hard. I assume you're probably up in, North Carolina. He lives in It's January. We're a month and a half away.
Yeah, from the 500.
From the 500. He can't be that busy. Wow, I'm stressing you. It did not show up until like 3 weeks ago, like beginning of or mid-March, it shows up. It got to the point where I got an email talking about mail was delivered and it had my old address.
Oh.
I drove to my old address. I've never met the owners of that house. No one was home. They had a Ring doorbell camera. So I'm walking up there. I ring the doorbell. Obviously, I know it's videoing me. I mean, I put the camera on there.
Yeah, that was you were the one that installed it.
I'm not the guy going to be like, I'm taking my camera too. Here's my doorbell. You know, it's part of the house, like whatever. So I'm like, hi, my name is Matthew. I wrote them a letter explaining the issue. I'm like, I think I had mail delivered here. Like everything's community boxes. So it's not like you could see it. They had a whole bunch of boxes out by their front door. So I'm kind of like, looking around, but not like poking around. Like I'm just like, all right, do I see anything that looks like a diecast box? There's nothing there. So I wrote the letter, left. My other neighbor that lived there called me because he had my number. He's like, why are you harassing my new neighbors? I'm like, I'm not harassing them. I'm just trying to explain. I bought a very expensive diecast and I'm waiting for this thing. It's been a year and it's still not here. Right? We get all the way into it was mid-March, maybe end of March.
Yeah.
Right? Like
It wasn't that long
It
ago.
wasn't long ago at all. I check the pre-shipment and it says it's delivered at my house. I'm like, great.
Old or new?
New.
Okay.
New. So I run down to the mailbox, check it. There's no diecast in there. Not one. And it's a small box. Like the diecast box would fit in the entire mailbox. Nothing in there. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I walk all the way back, hop in my truck. I drive to the post office and I'm talking to the postmaster. I'm like, listen, here's my delivery. It says delivered at my house. I have no diecast. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Maybe it was put in another box. We'll have the carrier check the boxes. If we find something, we'll let you know. I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, we'll call you by like 12:30, 1 o'clock. Not a problem. So I'm going to work, doing my thing. She calls me 12 o'clock. Hey, so we checked all the big boxes and everyone's box. There was no diecast. So whoever has it, they're somewhere in your neighborhood. They just took it. Granted, it has my name on it, my address. And I'm like, I really need that diecast. Like this is a non-negotiable at this point. Like I don't think I'm getting a refund from them. I don't think I'm getting one from you. Like this is not going to happen. So she types up a letter and gives it to everyone in the community saying, hey, there may be a package that was delivered in your mailbox. If so, can you please return it to the postmaster's office, blah, blah. So everyone in my neighborhood got this letter about that diecast not being delivered properly. And the next day it was in my mailbox. So it worked, I guess. So I'm never buying a diecast online again. That was one of the most stressful purchases I've ever had over a 365-day period. So
this is the unfortunate thing about buying Lionel diecasts. I'm still waiting on my Ross Kansas win from last year.
that took a year.
Yeah,
Kansas was at least end of the year.
That was May, so I'm probably got another 6 months to go.
Yeah, easily.
Jeez, bro.
So
That's
yeah.
crazy.
That once I get that one, I will have all the
What a
Ross
story.
Elite wins
And that one.
Nice.
and this one.
Yeah.
But
then-
it's beautiful. It's a great looking car. It's kind of cool because the base plate has like a cool little like official Melon Man sticker.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think that's dope.
Love it. Thanks,
Merry
Matt.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. man.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, so looking to next week, we go to the one and only Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yay.
That was very anticipated. Yeah, let's go, Bristol. Come
I'm
on.
excited.
we
Last
going?
year was quite the trip.
Are we going?
No.
No Bristol.
I don't know. Last year you decided on like Saturday that you were going, so
We
Whoa.
decided Friday night and left Saturday morning.
that's what it was. Same difference.
Literally, like dead serious.
In
That
all
was so
fairness,
crazy
We
'cause
had
we-
friends there and they moved, so now we don't have a place to stay.
But they live an hour from Michigan.
Yeah, might be making a Michigan run.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
not. I think that's a fly.
Not from the state. They live an hour from the track. Oh, that's 100% a fly.
Yeah, that's not a drive.
I will not go beyond Tennessee driving. Absolutely
Spirit?
not. Thank you.
Listen,
That flight to Indy went bad.
listen. I'm gonna be honest. I've flown a lot of Spirit, and as long as you know what you're getting in for,
You know which plane
it's
has you know which airline has the best safety rating?
Spirit Airlines. You know whose planes don't have doors fall off? Spirit Airlines, because they use Airbuses, not Boeings.
They don't crash into berms either.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll get-
God.
They might charge you extra for seatbelts, but they don't crash.
We had a trip on Spirit. Anyways,
So-
yeah, Bristol was a blast last year, man. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
You guys think we see something like that this year?
No,
Can
it's too
Denny
hot.
Hamlin do the three-peat?
I will tell you. You know, you can tell somebody's a race fan if you open up their weather app and like all the cities are all racetracks.
Oh, they really are all racetrack. It's
Anything online.
it's like Homestead, Bristol, Daytona. Like it's all racetrack.
Highs mid 50s next week.
Oh,
That's colder than when we went.
oh,
So it might
Hey,
be
Goodyear.
upside.
Someone bring your cheese grater.
good year. As Denny Hamlin said, someone pee in that mixture again.
The truck race is what, Friday night?
Yeah.
43 with a chance of rain.
Ooh.
Wet tires.
Do they
I
run
don't
wet
think they run
tires
them
there?
Oh
I don't
boy.
think so.
No, there's. I hope
Too much
not.
banking. I don't think they could.
And it's concrete.
think
I don't
They
think
might
they.
throw dirt on it. Then it doesn't matter.
Would be I.
We got triple header
She
with
back.
Kyle Larson going for the 3-peat again.
I get to pick Kyle Larson for Xfinity. You already did.
You could pick him for trucks.
I think you picked him for trucks.
I got a win though with Kyle Larson. No, I didn't. I didn't
No.
get the win.
I did not get the win with Allgaier, and that one hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Oh well.
I'm trying to think trucks. I don't think I picked him, so that'd be fun.
Yeah, you pick first on trucks.
Dude, I'm getting my butt kicked right now in the fantasy league that we're doing. Oh man, it's
In
rough.
ours, no, we're even. No, I'm up 1.
No, but I'm like 4 losses in a row.
Yeah, I need it.
That great lead that I had is gone,
you
and
were
I
plus
used
4.
all good picks too. That's the bad part.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got lucky.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys this week or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
So if you guys are there, like, follow, share all social platforms. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and also, I'm sorry, I can't say it without hearing Dale Jr. say
Tic-tac.
TikTok. And join if you guys are interested, join the Discord. I was hoping you guys were going to say
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, do
man.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's better. Okay.
We're still
Yeah.
waiting for Jake to join.
I'm here.
Yep.
Go play guitar here.
Yeah, might
Yep.
as well.
That's
All
it.
right. We'll see you guys next week after Bristol. See ya.